Hello YouTube and welcome back to Desperate Housewives, the playthrough that never ends because he records it so infrequently, but I'm doing something different today to try and ensure that we get a good amount of this recorded. We are going to stream this basically on my second channel over on Twitch, so you can see chat beneath my face right now for that very reason. Although it's basically going to be very much the same as me recording a video for this anyway, but I decided that I was going to do a bonus stream where I play through this on my second channel. Yes, thank you for sticking with the playthrough. I hope I get a lot done today. Because I actually am very curious to find out what happens myself. I kept putting it off every weekend. So I was like, how can I make sure this weekend I don't do that? So, let me just get caught up mentally in my head. It sounds like there's a hostage situation going at Daniel's house. Also, thank you for all your comments last time about seeing who's secondary missions, I guess, that we should play through more of. To me, it looked like there was a lot of Brie and a lot of Edie. Primarily Edie, I think it was, actually, on the comments. So I'm going to see if there's any more side content with Edie that we can unlock. Once we, you know, resolve the hostage situation, potentially. Oh.
Jesus! I'm bleeding.
Oh my god!
They shot me. Damn it.
They shot him.
Shot me.
Oh my god. Where are you shot?
2 men. It happened.
That's not where you were
so
shot.
Fast. I didn't have time to react.
He was shot in the 2 men.
Oh god.
Oh
I
god.
can't feel my legs.
Oh my god, that's quite scary. Oh Daniel, you'll be fine. You just be a total bitch about it. The police are on the way. Are the men still in the house?
It doesn't even hurt anymore.
What?
It's okay. Just let me go.
Don't you let go, Daniel Fox! Hold on! Help is on the way!
Tell Frank, I'm sorry I wasn't a better brother. I never told him how proud I am of him and how much I loved him. Tell him for me, please.
You'll have plenty of time once you recover, Daniel. You have so much life left to live.
It's so cold. I'm sorry for dragging you into this, but don't worry about me. I'm gonna be okay. I know that.
Daniel!
I'm so tired. I'm gonna close my eyes. Tell Frank I love him.
I will, Daniel. He loves you very much, too.
Take care of my begonias.
Take care of my begonias. Hold on, Daniel. Don't go to sleep. Stay here. Stay with me. Stay here. Bye! I love that little emoji. Okay, see ya.
In an idyllic place like Wisteria Lane, it's easy to take things for granted. The comfort and strength that only a spouse can offer. The support of a family.
Oh my god, is he actually dead?
And the health and safety of one's children.
Shit.
For poor Frank Fox, he'll never have the opportunity to tell his little brother how much he loved him, how much he respected him, and how far he will go.
Died
to
of cringe.
avenge his death.
Oh, avenge his death. Now we're talking. Now that's a Desperate Housewives plot right there. What is the name of the principal at Andrew's school? Really? I don't fucking know. I'm trying to avenge Daniel's death. Please, no more trivia right now.
For some people,
Look at Jeanette.
tragedy creates a burden too overwhelming.
Still
to
serving
bear.
in grief.
And while mourning may provide relief for many of us, for others, it does nothing to alleviate their pain and suffering.
Daniel
In Frank
Fox.
Fox's case, it only fuels his rage toward the people who committed this heinous act.
Uh-oh.
And we run the risk of watching one tragedy quickly lead into another.
Uh-oh. But also kind of interested. Oh, hello. What do you
May I
want?
speak with you for a moment?
Yeah, sure, I guess. You certainly may.
Well, as I'm sure you're well aware, there's an ongoing investigation into Daniel Fox's murder.
Ultra aware, officer. This is a very small town.
We haven't had much success getting information on the perps. If you're interested in getting the details, the officer on post at the Fox house should be able to fill you in.
Officer on post.
Who knows? Maybe you'll be able to help us out.
Maybe. God. I'm not gonna say that one. Maybe later. Right now, I have to check on Daniel's brother, Frank. Officer. Okay.
Sorry to bother you, but
You know, the
I need
human
to talk to you
cost
about
of tragedy,
something.
officer. He was only a young 38. Really? What's up?
Daniel became a part of our little group, our clique. This tragedy is affecting all of us.
I really wish Americans would say the word clique a little bit more like the French pronunciation, you know, because it's a French word. I'm sorry, but click is just, ugh, it does not sound good. Americans, I'm humbly, not dismissively, not in a mocking manner, I'm humbly requesting that you guys start saying the word click as clique. It just sounds so much better. I always give Americans props if I think that the way that they say things is better. Like, I think flashlight and torch should be two different words, unlike the UK where torch is the same thing for both. But just please say clique. I miss him so
In
much. He was
honor
such
of
a sweet
Daniel,
man.
I'm putting together a little get-together around 7 tonight.
Ooh, will there be sandwiches?
To be honest, you seem to be taking it better than the rest of us.
Okay, just because I'm a fucking boss bitch, don't say anything weird now.
I'd really like you to be there.
If it really means that much. No. Brie and I are pals. She gave me a gun, okay? I could try, but what would I do?
People just seem to listen to you. I think they find you to be a soothing presence.
Well, I can't blame them.
You can do one of two things. Talk everyone through their feelings of loss. Or pour some stiff drinks
I could
so
do
we
that.
can forget about it for a few hours.
Yeah, stiff drinks, I'm all about
Personally,
it.
I think overt emotional displays are crass.
Ah, Brie!
But Susan thought it was a good idea.
That's my lady right there. Over emotional displays are crass. Now she's talking my language. Brie, have you ever considered, like, I don't know, moving to the UK for a period of time? You'd fit in very well.
By the way, we all made a pact to wear the dresses that Daniel created for us for the fashion show. I assume you'll join us?
Oh, yeah, okay.
We would all appreciate whatever you can do to help.
Whatever, Brie. I'll do whatever I can to help you and the other girls out. Of course. I'm all about my girls, apart from Susan. Speaking of, is that her? No, that's Martina. That's how much I care about Susan. A random NPC called Martina is walking by, and I'm like, oh, is that bitch Susan over there? Okay, before we do that, I'm gonna see if I could talk anymore to ED. I'm not 100% sure about how to unlock their, like, additional, like, secrets, so to speak, but I know that ED and I are best pals. So, I presume with ED, I can maybe do it. Or sneak in. Oh, she's not home right now. God damn it. I'll have to try and max out my friendliness with Brie too, to give the people what they want. Where are these Desperate Housewives going all day? It's 10 o'clock. What are you up to? They're probably doing the rounds, errands.
Hey, I'm sure you have something incredibly exciting or incredibly dull to tell me.
Yep, that's ED.
Instead, why don't we just wait until the bereavement bash later on tonight to talk about it?
Oh, okay.
Great. Well, catch you later. Bye.
Bereavement bash. She's got such a way with words, that ED. She truly does. I guess the game's in a kind of setting right now where it's like you gotta do this bit before you do anything else. Home upgrade rebate. Contest reward $500. A free top. Let me borrow that fucking top. A Susan Meyer original painting to be burned. Thrown in the trash. Oh, hang on. It's telling me I could console each of them. Maybe that's at the party, though. It does say that the goal is optional. Yeah, attend at 7 p.m. and then console them. Oh, okay. That's pretty funny, though. Like, technically, the party is optional. Why would you not go to the party with all of the Desperate Housewives in it? What else am I going to do with my time? Would you like to go to the party with all the main characters? No? Oh, okay. Well, husband, I'm bored. So what are your secrets?
Hey, hon. What's going on?
What's on your mind, Brendan?
You can always tell when I have something on my mind, can't you?
Of course, I'm your wife.
I sold a friend a pair of tickets to a baseball game that I'd gotten for free.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Beautiful seats, too. Right behind home
Beautiful
plate.
seats, the best seats. Yes?
I didn't tell him that I paid nothing for the tickets, and he didn't ask. What I told him was that I'd let them go for face value.
So what, he took you at face value?
I didn't tell him the whole story. I deceived him. You probably think I'm a horrible friend, don't you?
What? So you took money from your friend for tickets that you got for free? They were your tickets whether you paid for them or not. You could do whatever you want with them, including selling them to a friend. I mean, the spirit of it is pretty rancid, but at the same time, fuck it.
You're right.
There you
I
go.
was afraid you'd think less of me if I told you what I did. Thanks for supporting me.
If you can't tell your wife the whole story, who can you tell?
Right again. Thank you.
The whole story, Brendan. Just remember, I'm still not over the whole potentially sleeping with the secretary business, which didn't resolve the way I would have thought, by the way. It turned out that he flirted with her a bit, but nothing actually really happened. He was surprisingly faithful for a game that often depicts marriage really as, like, putting yourself in jail. Is there more secrets, or is it just, like, little extras like that? What's that smirk on your face about, Brendan?
I was thinking about the women at the dinner party we went to last week.
The women? Why are you thinking about other women? No, I won't go full nuclear just yet. What about them, dear?
At one point in the night, the women were sizing up each other's wedding rings. They weren't doing it blatantly, of course, but they were doing it nonetheless.
I mean, Desperate Housewives, that's what they're wont to do. The woman who asks to see your ring is usually the one with the biggest diamond. Yep. Women talk about the size of their diamond and men talk about the size of their... Well, you know. I actually don't think men talk about how big their dick is with each other, but maybe... I'm not sure about that. I'm going to say usually the woman who asks to see your ring is dying to show off her ring.
Does size matter to you?
It's too late to complain now, isn't it? I'm going to say that.
I mean, the size of the diamond in your wedding ring.
Oh, of course. Of course. As long as the diamond sparkles forever, I don't care.
I see. Well, anyway, that's what I was smirking about.
That's it? Is there more to the story you're not telling me?
That's really all I have to say, hon. Thanks for being interested.
Anytime, sweetie. I guess.
I need to talk to you about something, hon.
So I think I've unlocked all of these secrets and I could just like spam the option now because I've like basically slept with my husband enough times that our relationship is maxed out. I used the sex option enough and now we're forever bonded.
Remember when we talked about the baseball tickets, how I didn't tell my friend the whole story when I sold him the seats?
Yeah, I remember, of course.
Well, I didn't tell you the whole story about something either. And it's the reason I asked about your wedding ring.
I should have known it was all related. The Desperate Housewives, the game writers, are quite good, actually. Of course it's all related. This is just great.
When I gave you your wedding ring, the center stone wasn't a diamond. It was cubic zirconia.
A cubic zirconia? What type of floozy do you take me for, Brendan Picunco? A cubic zirconia? Divorce. Papers signed. Bye. I've been deceived. Oh, I see. Yeah, my ass. What?
But the story and the half-truths don't end there. A few years later, I told you that I was taking your ring to the jeweler to be cleaned.
It gets worse, huh?
What I actually did was have the jeweler replace the cubic zirconia with a real diamond. Now you know the whole story.
So now I have a real diamond? All is forgiven. Never mind. Diamond acquired. All is good. Why did you feel that you could tell me the truth from the beginning?
I wanted you to be the woman at the dinner party with the biggest rock on your finger. Or at least not the one with the smallest.
It's a dangerous game to play, Brendan, I'm not gonna lie. At least not the smallest. Sure, but the biggest? I don't know. Some of those bitches have really fucking rich trophy husbands.
But I couldn't afford a real diamond that size. I felt like a raw diamond myself, stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Oh, very clever. Yeah, very, very clever. It's just a little white lie, big deal. Sometimes not telling me the truth is your only real option. It's not about the quality of the stone or the quality you paid for it. It's about the quality and quantity of your love for me. I don't like that you deceived me, even if you had my happiness in mind. I forgive you this time, but next time, don't lie to me. No, actually, I kind of like this one. Sometimes you gotta lie, even to me.
Why didn't I think of that? You're exactly right.
I keep telling you, the wife is always right.
I feel so much better. You've lifted a burden.
Happy wife, happy life.
Years. I'm lucky to have such an understanding wife. Thank you.
I'm kind of surprised you're saying that, because some of the answers I picked after the whole secretary thing were a bit like, come home right now or you don't love me. I wish you could see at a glance who's in, I'm sorry, Secret's bisexual. Oh, it's Jackie. Well, we knew that. Oh my God. Oh, of course, this is the Fox's house.
Good day to you, ma'am. Is there something I can do for you?
First Mrs., now ma'am. What's with you people?
Pardon me, ma'am?
Nothing, never mind. Where's Frank?
I'm sorry, but at the moment, I'm unable to disclose any information to you regarding Mr. Frank Fox. And I certainly can't let you speak with him. I was told to stand here and see to it no one went inside. This is a crime scene, you know.
Oh, come on. Can't you let me in for a minute? We're good friends.
Hey, you.
Hey, you. You seem pretty lively. What's up?
I've been running around like a chicken with his head cut off lately.
Well, thanks for that lovely image, Edie. What a wonderfully tasteless thing to say even for you, Edie. Oh, I like Edie. Well, thanks for that lovely image, Edie. Now tell me, what is it that has you so riled up?
Let's just say the whole murder in the neighborhood thing isn't exactly a boon for the real estate business.
That is a very fair point.
I've been so busy rustling up prospective clients that I haven't been able to spend time with Carl. Quality time, if you know what I mean.
Yes, you want to...
In the bedroom, in case I'm not being clear.
Yeah, okay. Trust me, Edie, I got it the first time. The officer right next to me understood. Pretty much everyone in a 100-yard radius, including the paperboy, knows exactly what you're talking about. The sex.
Right now, I'm on my way to check out another house going on the market. I'll take care of
I'll take Carl.
tonight.
Take care of Carl tonight. Yeah, we'll bump uglies later or whatever,
Well,
sure.
it looks like you're already talking to someone. A handsome someone, if I may say so.
Maybe you can get something out of him.
Is this strapping young policeman here giving you a hard time?
No, ma'am. I'm just following orders.
Two hot ladies?
And you're doing an excellent job at that. Tell you what, why don't I fill her in instead?
Wait.
You're looking for Frank, right?
I've been trying to reach him all day. I'm a little worried.
I don't know for sure, but I can tell you where I think he is.
Miss,
You actually just missed him.
that's confidential information, ma'am.
Why does
I'd
she
appreciate
know?
it if you refrain from divulging information regarding Mr. Fox as he relates to this case or his whereabouts to anyone other than an officer such as myself.
Wait, what the why does Edie know in the first place, though?
They put him in a squad car just a little while ago.
Oh, there you go.
Hey!
Oh, please. Do they think he had something to do with his own brother's murder?
I don't think he was under arrest. Officer Friendly here didn't even put handcuffs on him. He did let me play with him, though.
Oh, now I see why Edie knows everything. Already been flirted with.
Besides, Officer Kyle's not the type to manhandle a perp.
Officer Kyle? We've already got a name?
Wait a minute, how do you know Kyle?
I was his date to the policeman's ball last year.
Oh, it's a different police
Trust me,
officer.
He is more than adept at handling a woman.
Whoa.
But a man? Not him.
But they canceled last year's policeman's ball.
Well, why else did they have all those handcuffs and men in uniform in one place?
Oh, Edie.
You're new on the force, aren't you?
I'm not that new.
Don't worry about Frank. I'm sure they just wanted him to look through mugshots or something.
He'll be there for a while before they take him to the safe house.
Oh, thanks for telling us all the information, even though you said that you weren't going to tell us any information earlier.
Well, there you go. From the lips of cute little Officer Friendly here. He's at the station if you want to see him.
Yeah, I really should give him a call. He's been through so much.
You've been so much help. Maybe I'll put in a good word with Officer Kyle.
Thanks, but don't tell him what I said about Mr. Fox.
Oh, don't worry. My lips are sealed. At least when it comes to talking.
Edie! Edie, please! Bye, Edie, and thanks. Come on. I know you like your innuendos, but for fuck's sake. I opened my lips for blowjobs! Yes, thank you, Edie. Cheers for that one. Cheers for that one. Okay, but we can maybe talk to Lynette. Or maybe one of her little minions. Oh god, I really don't want to talk to her children, though.
Mommy told Daddy he's not supposed to talk to you anymore.
What? Why not? Excuse me? I thought Lynette and I were good pals. What do you mean? You little fucking shit. Although thanks for telling me the goss. I appreciate that.
You're gonna be in trouble. You're gonna be in trouble.
You're gonna be in trouble in a minute, son.
We didn't do it.
A likely story.
You're a stranger.
Oh, I think they just randomly say like weird lines. They're just bratty.
My name is Parker. Do you want to hear me count?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Free? Did you
5,
throw up?
6.
Yeah, these kids don't know fucking jack shit about what they're talking about. Never mind. Oh, maybe I could steal something. These kids are way too young to not have any parent in the house. It wasn't that long ago. I remember like walking to school at like age 9 by myself. I have to go primp. My appearance needs is low. God, I'm like not doing very well. All of my desperate needs are not being taken care of. For example, my need to look at myself in a mirror, my need to be some sort of biblically inaccurate angel, and my need to have a party. Oh, I wonder if I could talk to the old lady and just be like hostile to her. Why not? Oh, of course, there's a fast forward. I keep forgetting.
What is it now?
But hang on, I'm gonna go be a bitch to this lady first. You're a rude old bag.
Maybe you should be on your way.
God, it's been long enough. I forgot there's a fast forward button. I kind of wanted to talk to some people during the day, but like everybody is gone, so I'm just gonna fast forward. Fuck it. Oh, I forgot to put the dress on. Ah, I forgot to put the dress on. Do I have to go do that first, or will it just like warp me into it? What if it just it might just like automatically make me do it. But I'm gonna try and go to my own closet first. Oh, I'm gonna be late now. Ah. I wonder how long it'll give me.
Hello, neighbor.
Hi.
Just a reminder that we're still expecting you to join us this evening.
Where the fuck are you? No, I'm heading
well,
over.
it is the proper thing to do, isn't it?
Oh,
It's times like these where we
she's
all
quite
have to
pushy.
stick together. Appetizers will be served in 10 minutes. Don't be late.
I have a feeling if you're late, she will not be chill about it. She sounds friendly, but don't be fooled. If you're late, you'll never hear the end of it. Is like, no. I mean, I could go to the party like this, but I think that would be for a slightly different party. Sexy pose, if you know what I mean, for that one. I'm guessing I just randomly turn into the outfit. Wait, this is the Fox original dress though, isn't it? Oh, this is the one. Never mind. I forgot what it looked like. Okay, I can change. Here we go. Everybody's all dolled up. The gals are all here. Hi.
Hello. Can I help you?
Can I help you? About your party? What do you mean, can I help you? How are you holding up given all the recent events?
And by that, I assume you mean the brutal murder of Daniel Fox in our own neighborhood.
Yes, Bill, yeah, that's one way of putting it, Brie.
Well, to be honest, his death caused me to examine certain aspects of my own life. So I immediately went out and bought another shotgun.
Of course you fucking did. The NRA jumps for joy at women like Brie Van de Kamp.
I think there really is more going on here than meets the eye. I simply don't believe it was a random act of violence.
Did you hear something?
Oh, come now.
Come on, you know something.
Are you telling me you're not the least bit curious about how it all transpired?
I think I know a little bit more than she does.
Was he pumped for information?
Pumped full of
Did he have
lead.
something they wanted? Oh, perhaps he even owed them money that was borrowed to support some reprehensible drug habit.
Yes, that sounds like a very reasonable conclusion, Brie, and I fully support this line of inquiry. I'll say this one. Wasn't it your idea to have this bereavement party?
Now, don't get me wrong. It's quite unfortunate. Daniel had to pass in the manner he did.
However,
but at the same time, can you honestly tell me you're not even the slightest bit curious as to just what went on in that house?
I mean, yes.
I mean, for heaven's sake, why would Daniel, of all people, have need for a gun? Makes you wonder about what else was going on in the Fox house.
Oh my god, you can slap her? Oh, but I like this too much. I'll probably slap Susan. I'm not gonna slap her. She's a messy bitch that lives for drama. I want to encourage this behavior. Here's a hug.
What I need?
She's gonna be like, what the hell is this? Why are you touching me? What is this strange ritual that's going on right now? This isn't gun. Watch his hug. We all have different ways of mourning the loss of a friend.
I don't suppose I ever looked at it that way. But in all fairness, you have to admit we are in the midst of a very strange situation here.
It is a very strange situation, but we're here to help each other through it. Console Brie. Oh, that felt quite nice, actually. It's kind of funny. Brie's dealing with it in a very Brie manner. I love the writing. The writing for this game is really good, actually. Like, you could tell that they really got into, like, the source material and they came up with some fun little plots and stories. It's surprisingly good. Yeah, Brie and I are quite friendly here. I would like to unlock some of her secrets, but I'll have to wait till after the party is done to go and do that. But our friendliness is quite high, so I think I'll be able to do that, along with if there's any more secrets for Edie. Let's get fucking Susan out of the way first. Not fucking Susan, but let's get Susan out of the way first. She's the one I've decided to be mean to because she is annoying me.
Hey there.
Hey there. Susan, are you alright? You look just awful.
I feel just fine.
I think that's fine.
I have to say, I'm a bit distraught.
Well, then it's good you came out tonight. What's in your mind?
Just everything, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Daniel was such a sweet man. And charming. And witty. He was like one of the girls.
God, her voice is like all vocal fry.
Sort of. We even invited him to poker night. And we don't do that for just anyone, you know.
Girls and the gays.
Who would want to do something like that to someone like him?
I can't really say that I know Susan.
Sometimes it just seems like there isn't any kind of justice in the world.
Yeah, true.
I don't know what he could have possibly done to his assailants, but he didn't deserve to die over it.
Snap out of it, Susan!
What do you think you're doing?
Oh my god. I didn't just slap her, I like phased through her. She did not, okay, even though I don't like Susan, she did not deserve to be slapped for that one. Come to think of it, I don't really know.
Yeah, thanks for your help. I really needed that.
Bye! Oh, I can't help but notice that I apparently haven't consoled Susan. Can I talk to her again?
Haven't you finished consoling me yet?
No, I haven't. You need to tough it up and get over it.
You just don't quit, do you? Stop it.
Bye.
Haven't you finished consoling me yet?
Okay, I'll say I took the wrong approach with you before. I should have slapped you a third time, but here, have a hug. I was trying to be stern, and I think what you really needed was someone to acknowledge your sentiments. It's actually really cool that the writing in this game changes if you slap them and then try and console them. That's actually kind of cool that they wrote around that.
Oh, okay.
Oh. I mean, I just slap her twice, so I can't really blame her. You're right to be upset, but you should know there's a police investigation going on, and from what I hear, they're making significant progress even.
I didn't know that. Thanks.
Oh, I love how frosty she is with me because we don't have a good relationship.
I can see why Brie invited you over. You have a way with words, you know that?
I also have a way with fists! What can I say? I have a way with people. Do it again. That was pretty funny. Thank you for letting me slap Susan. She's just so like, oops, I fell over. She kind of annoys me. Get it together, girl. I gotta have one desperate housewife that I don't like, right? All these other shady bitches who treat me like shit and I still love them anyway. Here's Gabby, who is of course looking at herself in the mirror. Not much. How about you? How are you holding up?
What do you mean when you say holding up?
This is a thing that people say when there's been a bereavement, Gabby. You know, sometimes people get sad, Gabby. I was just trying to be nice. This is a difficult time for all of us. I just wanted to make sure you're holding up all right, that's all.
There isn't anything really bothering me about it. I don't know what else to tell you.
I can see you've really thought about this deeply. For starters, you could tell me what makes you think you need to keep things from me. I don't know if she has that rich and in her life, honestly, Jeanette.
You know, I get enough people asking me how I feel these days. Do us both a favor and don't add your name to the list.
You and Daniel had a lot in common, didn't you?
Daniel was just a neighbor. People come and go. Usually they just move. This time it was just a little more exciting than usual.
Oh my god. Oh, that's pretty fucking cavalier. I thought I was cavalier. Did anyone ever tell you you can be a cold bitch sometimes, Gabby? No, I don't want to make enemies of Gabby. I kind of like the fact that she's terrible. From what I could tell, the two of you had a real connection in fashion.
Well, I'll say one thing. He was the only person around here with any taste. I'll definitely miss that.
Excuse me?
Oh, no offense, of course.
Why would I possibly be offended? You only said I have awful taste.
Okay, good. It's just that Carlos says that I don't think before I speak. But he can be such an idiot sometimes.
Although I will say I've also had those moments with... There was in the latest Outlast trial session for the new boss character that they've added. At one point I said to Gab, you can be so smart sometimes. And what I meant was sometimes you have these moments of brilliance that are so impressive, but it kind of sounded like I was saying occasionally you're intelligent. And I was like, I didn't mean it like that, but obviously we all found it kind of funny. So I identify sometimes with Gabby things come out wrong. Sometimes people think I sound really angry, and I'm like, I think I'm just Scottish.
But yeah, I'll miss him. And the collection of samples he kept in the basement. I wonder if he left them to me in his will.
I wonder if he left them to me in his will. Oh my god, Gabby!
Without him, I'll never be able to start that clothing line we talked about. I was going to be the face, and he was going to be the brains. Not that I couldn't do it all myself, of course.
A clothing line, right.
I had a friend of mine draw up a business plan, and I took some new pictures.
Jesus!
For the cover of the catalog.
Sounds like the two of you had big plans, but what are you planning on doing for yourself now?
I certainly can't go into business on my own. Where am I going to find another premier fashion designer in this town?
You're looking at one.
Now that he's gone, I have to find something else to do with my spare time. If I'm not careful, I'll be scouting out the high school football team again.
Oh my god, Gabby!
Oops. Did I say that out loud?
Gabby! I'm gonna slap her for that one.
Ow! What's with you?
Wait, I just got plus to the relationship for slapping her there. Daniel was more than just a means to fame and fortune. He was a friend.
Listen, Miss Thing. You're in no position to judge.
Who's judging?
Right.
I'm judging.
Well, thanks.
Well, apparently that counted as consoling Gabrielle. What the fuck, though? I swear it did like a plus sign there. She was kind of like, maybe I needed that slap. I am Miss Thing. Thanks for noticing. One thing I really like about Desperate Housewives is that I really admire writing. I think sometimes in the internet there's this like tendency for people who like kind of villainous characters, or maybe just they like villainous characters because they 50% want to fuck them, to try and like start saying that everything that they do has like a good reason and they're actually a good person. And sometimes I'm like, some of these people are bastards. You don't always have to try and justify it. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you can like villains and you can think that they're hot, but you don't have to try and like make them into good people in your brain by like doing some like logic flips. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Team Rocket are terrible people, but I fucking love them. You know? It's okay. And I think with Desperate Housewives, a lot of these ladies are pretty terrible and the show makes jokes about that, but they also occasionally show their human sides. So you're like, I'm not under any illusions that Gabby isn't quite self-obsessed, but there's times where you're like, well, I do really sympathize with her, you know?
To be honest, Brie's cooking was the deciding factor for me. But I prefer to look at it like this. He came, he sewed, he croaked. In that order.
Yes, thank you. That is chronologically accurate, ED.
It's also morbid. I think it's high time the rest of us get back to living it up.
You're right, Edie. It has been one whole day since Daniel was killed. We really should move on. Wouldn't want to miss out on that episode of Secret Screams or anything important like that. No, I'll just be nice, because I like Edie. Well, we all need to move on in one way or another.
There's a whole world of things we could be doing right now instead of sitting around crying into our drinks.
What did you have in mind?
Personally, I think we should forget the grieving process and try to get to the bottom of Daniel's murder.
Oh, let's take our sad energy and use it to crack the mystery. Let's get on our true crime shit, girlies. Yes.
If you ask me, I think that brother of his is to blame. He's always acting so weird.
He is to blame, but he wasn't the murderer.
Mind you, he's not Zach Young weird, but give him some time and they'll be fighting for the Wisteria Lane weirdo crown.
That's a crown with a lot of competition. Believe me when I say you don't have a clue as to what's going on with that case.
Oh, please. You don't know any more than I do. I'll bet Frank's the kind of sicko that actually enjoys playing Little Mr. Innocent, while everyone else is running around town looking for the real killers. Whatever.
See, a lot of people would probably slap her here if they're being a goody two-shoes, but I'm just going to say there's just no reasoning with you, is there?
You're just blind to the facts because you think he stayed up all night sewing a dress for you. He probably just faxed the design to some sweatshop in Bangladesh.
Whoa. How dare you say no to the dress? I should have slapped you. Listen, you may be my friend, but maybe occasionally I need to call you out on your bullshit. Sometimes good friends will do that. You know? Sometimes a good friend will occasionally call you out on your bullshit. Edie, I like you a lot, but you're making it very difficult right now, girlie.
Oh, now what? More somber advice from the designated mourner?
No, Edie, no more advice. Just the facts. Daniel Fox is dead and his brother isn't capable of any of the things you said.
Hey!
That counted as a slap, but she liked that. She liked the slap. This is destroying Frank. The people that killed Daniel were actually looking for him.
Well, I just... Well, you should have said that in the first place.
Edie, sometimes you can be a callous, ignorant bitch. And in case you're too ignorant to know any better, this is one of those times. You know, I think this is one of those moments where I was like, I kind of needed to call her out as a friend. She liked the fact that I was like, hey, or maybe she just liked the fact that I told her more about what was going on. Let's talk to Lynette. I do like Lynette.
Hi.
Oh, this is a very unflattering angle. Hello. Hi, Lynette. Sorry I haven't had a chance to catch up. Brie sort of made me the unofficial therapist for tonight's festivities.
Considering what happened to Daniel, it's amazing I'm here at all. Tom had to talk me down from buying a house in one of those godforsaken gated communities.
Oh, she's getting paranoid. Getting paranoid after the gun crime. I mean, if I had a bunch of little kids as well. What is with this, like, trying to look down her top angle we've got here? Also, was Lynette kind of busty in the show? I don't remember that. Whoever they got to voice Lynette sounds so much like her. Those are the actors, Kyle. They got the actors. It's all of the originals. If I didn't love Wisteria Lane and all you girls so much, I would do the same thing.
Well, Brie said we should bring it all out into the open, which is so unlike Brie. She's usually so uptight, to be honest. Tom and I are convinced she doesn't even go to the bathroom.
That's why the gays love her. She's like a camp icon.
Can you believe something so horrible happened on our street?
Yes, actually I can.
Okay, let's talk about how foolish we
almost
were
as
to think
horrible
we were
as those
safe living in this
sandals you're
bubble.
wearing.
Truth is, there's no such thing as being absolutely safe. It's really scary. I have 4 beautiful, albeit annoying, kids.
Yeah, 4 kids and 4 toes, apparently. I'm so sorry I didn't realize this whole ordeal had such an impact on you.
I'm sorry to dump it all on you like that, but that's how I feel. All mothers develop their own form of acute paranoia. It's instinctual. But now there's a tangible reason for it.
I quite liked Felicity Huffman, although she did get caught basically rigging it so that her kid could go through to like a prestigious university before, and I was like, oh, shouldn't have done that one, Queen.
What if my boys had snuck out of the house that night? I don't even want to think about it.
Bit of a fall from grace for her there, but I did quite like her before. Oh my god, I'm getting a donation. It's over my face at the moment, sorry. What if one of your boys snuck out of the house that night? Would be terrible. Actually, Lynette, from what I've heard, there were a lot of people out that night. I think Daniel was the target, no one else.
I don't know. With all that's happened to Mary Ellis and then Rex, I'm thinking the street might be cursed or something. At least in a gated community, there's some real sense of security.
Get it together! No, I'm not gonna slap her. You'll wear yourself sick if you keep thinking like that, sweetie.
I don't think I'm being unreasonable.
All of them react really weirdly to being hugged. Daniel's murder was an isolated incident, I assure you. You can't really say that in Wisteria Lane. I talked with the police officer and a few other people today. The people that murdered Daniel aren't coming back. That is wrong.
I take it you know something I don't.
Sure do, but I'm not at liberty to say what that something is. I'm going to be annoying about it.
Well, if that really is the case, and it wasn't a random act of violence, then it certainly puts my mind at ease. Thanks.
Of course, sweetie. Anytime. Oh, the party's over. Oh, I see. I'm booted out. What about the poker game? No poker game? Alright, I'll go to bed. That party was shit. Yeah, although I think bereavement parties are allowed to be a bit shit. I want to find out some of my son's secrets. But he's never home. Bloody teenagers, they're never home. Where's my husband? Where's my son? Why am I the only one sleeping at night? What are they up to? Is he cheating on me? Oh, there he is. Right, I need to change out of this dress. We wore this to remember Daniel, but it's time. Can I get something new? I think it's time for me to get something new. Although for YouTube, I have changed dress for precisely one episode. But you know what? You know what Daniel would have wanted? He would have wanted me to get some retail therapy. Don't you think? Tabitha?
Did you sign the petition to improve the water quality in Fairview?
Why does it look like Tabitha's had all her teeth removed? I sure did. I don't know if the water is even safe enough to shower with around here.
Fairview needs more concerned citizens like you.
I have to run now because
Goodbye,
you're
then.
terrifying me. You're not Tabitha takes over. Okay, let's wear something different. Are we going with the red? Oh, goodness. Is this how I'm coping with Daniel's death? I think I like this red. Okay, this white and this red is kind of dated, but I think for the time that this game goes on, it actually works. Oh, I quite like this. Oh, I quite like this. Oh, this fresh new look. I'm a little turned on by myself. Okay. I need to go talk to Depression. Wait, hang on. This goal is optional. Carl hasn't been getting much attention lately. You should do something about that. Can you sleep with Edie's husband? All right, I don't think Edie would be that upset, but I can't remember how her and Carl's relationship is in the show. Definitely a heterosexual relationship that could do with a little bit of like, hey, do you know occasionally being open is something that not just gay men can do? Oh, damn, she's not home right now. I'm gonna wait. Maybe I should call. Can I call Carl? No. I can call Edie.
You have reached Edie Britt of Fairview Realty, where we handle all of your needs.
All of your
Please
needs.
leave your name and
Okay, so she's not home, basically. Come on. Maybe Brie's home. I can just talk to Brie in the meantime. Oh my god, nobody's... My only bitch that doesn't have a hobby around here? Come on! Stop doing errands and start hanging out at home. So I can bang your husband or whatever. I love that Mike's here. I've kind of just ignored Mike. I don't recall Mike being a terribly interesting character. He's a lot of Mike's plotline is basically eye candy, and it's for Susan's development. My composure is low. Yeah, no wonder it's low. I'm hanging around outside of Edie's house like a creep. Are you just not coming home today? What are you doing? Where is everyone? Oh my god, Susan's like the only person that's home. Oh crap, really? I'm just gonna be mean to her.
Hey, we run into each other a lot, don't we?
Is there a problem with that bitch?
My God, lighten up. It's just a figure of speech.
See you later. Can I slap you? No, not use the stairs. Can I slap her? Yeah, I just felt like it.
Ouch. Oh, that was probably justified.
You bet it was justified and you know why.
I'm sure I deserved it for one reason or another.
Jesus Christ, I thought I could be fucking self-effaced. Jesus, Susan. If somebody comes up to you and slaps you in real life, your first response shouldn't be, I probably deserved it. God, what are you, me? Jesus, even I would probably be a bit like, hang on, explain why you just did that? Christ. That's what I'm talking about. It's pathetic, do you know what I mean? Oh my god, it is nearly 7 o'clock. Why are none of the characters home yet? How fucking rich is the inner lives of these characters? Sorry, I'll just continue the main storyline for now, okay? Because this is driving me insane. I don't know why they're so weirdly, like, elusive at the moment. Maybe it's like, I have to get through the plotline a bit more before they kind of go back to normal.
Hello again, Mrs. Hi.
Oh my god, can we at least give him a face? Can you tell me what's new? Hello yourself.
I'm sorry, but I can't really talk to you. I have to man my post.
Do you mind if I woman your post?
I'm on official police business.
You've been at it a while. Don't you need a break?
It's all part of the job. You take care to have a good rest of your day.
Oh, is somebody a little nervous? Thanks. Somebody's a little nervous. No, but seriously, how do I get hold of Frank? Hi, Frank. I know you're with the police, and I hope you aren't too tired of talking with people just yet, so tell me. Yeah, this is obviously what I'm supposed to do, because look how many options. First off, do you feel like talking to me, Frank? If not, I'll understand.
Sure, we can talk for a minute or two. I've been doing a lot of talking today. First, an officer talked with me at my house. Then I was questioned in a small room at the precinct. And then after that, I was questioned again not too long ago once we got to this dump.
Yeah, they'll do that. You sound pretty upset, Frank.
Upset? No, not really. I don't want to talk about it. I gotta go now. Bye.
God, I wish... I probably shouldn't say this, but I kind of wish it was Frank that got shot and Daniel was still alive. Frank, wait, what I meant to say was, how are you dealing with the loss?
The loss? My brother was killed. Don't try to soften it. I'm not ready to talk about that yet. I have to go now. Bye.
No, where are you?
I'm down at the police station right now. They're calling it questioning, but they've been grilling me for hours in this godforsaken, freezing cold room. They have me doing all sorts of crazy things here at the precinct. The last thing I want to do is answer more questions.
I guess that means you don't want me to tell you what you're doing right now.
They just finished questioning me. Now they're taking me somewhere else for my safety, which sounds like a load of bull, but whatever. We're headed to a safe house. I've been told that I'm not supposed to talk about it, but they can all go to hell for all I care.
Okay, well, if they're taking you to a safe house, it's implying that you're in danger, so maybe you should actually listen to that one.
And if that bothers them, tough. On a day like this, I have the right to be a little pissed off.
Yeah, you sound a little upset.
Right now, I just want to get out of this place. These cops are making me nervous. I respect cops and all, but it's starting to make me feel like I've done something wrong. My brother was the goddamn victim here.
Just be careful they don't try and pin it on you.
Protect and serve my ass.
Oh my god, Frank's on his ACAB shit here. How are you dealing with the loss?
The loss, right. I'm holding up all right.
I'm guessing you had to say certain things in a certain order.
Right now, I'm just taking it day to day. There really isn't anything I can do from here.
What if I told you there's something you might be able to do about it?
What do you mean?
I was talking with an officer earlier. Apparently the police don't have any real leads. I think we should take it upon ourselves to figure out what happened. Yes.
If you think you can, then do it. I'd like to help, but it looks like I'll be stuck in some seedy motel somewhere watching the boob tube.
Okay, listen, if you want to jack off in a hotel room to the porn, I'd rather you didn't just tell me that on the phone, but okay. Frank?
Oh, right. So, you're gonna need to do some legwork if you plan on finding anything out. If you have any way of finding out what the cops actually know, that would be a start.
Actually, yes, I do. There's a rookie cop with a big mouth that's supposed to be guarding your house. I can make him talk.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm going to use
Get
my
as
womanly
much
wiles.
Information as you can. We'll figure something out from there. People like talking to you, so it shouldn't be hard.
Thanks,
Keep
sweetie.
Me updated. If I'm in the loop with this whole thing, I won't be going stir crazy in here.
All right, I'll keep you posted. Thanks, sweetie. Everybody says that people like talking to me, apparently. That's Jeanette Picunco. Now with a new dress. Now with new hat.
Good day to you, ma'am. Is there something I can do for you?
I just thought we could talk for a bit. You can make a little time for civilians now and then, am I right?
Why, certainly. What did you want to talk about?
Yeah, yes! How hard is it? Oh my god. Should I say how hard is it, or it must get lonesome here all by yourself? Or just the thought of an officer of the law hard at work could appreciate a little conversation now and then. Did we just go straight for the innuendo? Yeah, I think we go straight for the innuendo. I'm on my Edie Britt shit.
I beg your pardon?
How hard is it? The job, I mean. Is it hard standing watch out here all by yourself? Personally, I don't think I'd have the willpower to do it. What did you think I was talking about?
I think I was thinking what you were thinking.
Excuse me? I would never do such a thing.
It must be difficult having something like that happen in your own neighborhood, huh?
It is. It would certainly help if I had some way of knowing what happened to him. For peace of mind, if nothing else.
You seem like a nice enough person.
Oh, thank you for noticing.
I can tell you a little bit about the case.
I won't tell a soul, I promise.
On the night in question, there were 2 suspicious persons milling about the neighborhood.
Go on.
There were also 2 sets of unidentified prints discovered at the Fox house. Coincidentally, there are 2 convicted felons living on Wisteria Lane right now that I suspect we'll be investigating pretty soon. Michael Solis and Carlos Delfino.
Oh my god. Wait, didn't he get them the wrong way round there? Isn't it Carlos Solis and Michael Delfino?
Also, Daniel was slain at 11 p.m. on the night in question.
Or have I forgotten the names?
So if you ask me, this is what I think happened.
Oh my god, he really is telling me everything. Oh shit! Mike and Carlos were going in! He thinks they killed him? No. No way.
But I told you that in confidence. I plan on bringing that up with the chief once I collect more evidence.
That was very informative. I guess I owe you now, huh?
Yeah, just keep that between us.
I really appreciate all you're doing for me. I'll have to do something for you, but not now. Maybe later. Bye.
Okay. Well, I'll be right here. Bye.
Bye. I wonder if you can click and do seduce on him.
Hello again, Mrs. Hi.
Hello yourself. Okay, I guess I can't do any more. Damn it! No casual sex! So I guess I have to talk to the lads now. It's quite late at night, actually. Can we talk to Edie about the fact that she's not having sex with her husband? Yes, finally. I want to do the side plot for her. I promised you guys in the last episode on YouTube that I would try and do some side quests for the characters that you like the most. And I saw a lot of Edie and Brie.
Hello. To what do I owe the pleasure?
So, you're not getting any sex? A little whiles back, I had a chat with Edie. Is everything all right between the two of you?
Can't really complain. Life is good. Business is good. Edie's good as well.
Come on, is that so? Because I heard something entirely different.
I appreciate your concern, but everything's fine between the two of us. It is surprising that you managed to get a hold of her, though.
Believe me, I know. She told me how she has to work twice as hard just to keep up with her usual numbers.
We're not joined at the hip. We have our own lives.
Is it just me, or is his neck and head texture a slightly different shade from his chest texture? No, I think it's just the way the lighting is, actually.
But no matter how busy we get, we make time for each other. Like any normal couple.
I know how having a busy spouse can sometimes be frustrating.
When people hear about trouble in paradise, you can't tell what to expect from them. Some seize the opportunity to tear the two of you apart the second they see a weakness.
Oh my god, those evil bitches. Imagine them doing something like that.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
Yeah, some people are so evil like that.
And others sweep in like vultures and try to break up the relationship for their own personal pleasure.
Don't worry, Carl. I don't have that baggage the other women on this street carry. I'm very straightforward. If I want something, I take it, and I return it when I'm done with it.
I don't think I quite follow you. You want to run that by me again?
Let's cut the crap, Carl. I've seen you look at me, and don't think I haven't noticed that you're the hottest guy on the street either. I would disagree with that. But just between you and me, I'd rather get my hands on something else, if you know what I mean.
Wow, that was blunt.
And since my husband isn't home too often, I guess you'll have...
I guess you'll have to do what?
Whoa! Okay, hi, Edie. Uh-oh. I was about to click on the sex button. Oh my god, this is programmed so brilliantly. Hi, Edie. I was just keeping Carl company. Poor guy seemed so lonely that I felt bad leaving him alone in this big house.
Yeah, hi. Were you hitting on my boyfriend?
Excuse me?
Don't mind her. She's just pulling your leg. Aren't you, Edie?
I want to pull on your I mean, yeah.
Of course I'm joking. This is almost funny. The two of you should know better than to try to hook up behind my back. Not without asking me first, at least.
See, this is what I love about Edie. She's like, well, you know, why not ask me first? Let's have a threesome, fuck it. Oh my god, can we have a threesome? Well, if all I needed to do was ask.
I thought I'd knock off early and come home for a pick-me-up. Now that we've dispensed with the pleasantries, I really need to talk to Carl for a moment.
That shouldn't be too hard. He's standing right there.
You can wait here if you want to. But we're gonna be about an hour or so.
Aw, I want a threesome.
We are?
Yes, we are.
You're gonna be about an hour. That's a very long conversation.
Give or take about a half hour. Depending on whether you want side dishes or just the main course.
Oh my.
I'll take the works.
Oh my.
Thanks for stopping by.
No, I want a threesome.
No, thanks. I'll see you out.
Don't you have somewhere else you need to be?
Yes, I do.
She's like, riding on top of my man's dick. Thank you.
My bedroom in about 10 minutes. Bye-bye.
Dang. So close. New goal added. It's just like Edie to come home right when things between you and Carl were just beginning to heat up. There has to be some way to get her out of the house. Maybe if she got an urgent call from her job. Oh my god. This is like a whole plot line where you could try and sleep with Carl. I don't even think Carl was that hot on the show. I mean, he's alright, I guess. I don't even particularly want to bang him that bad, but this is kind of funny now, so I kind of want to do it. Although, I actually would rather have a threesome more than anything else. How do I distract Edie?
This is Edie Britt. Britt Realty. Can I help you?
Hello, Mrs. Britt. My name is Bernadette Aloysius or Cthulhu. My name is Cthulhu. Cthulhu Dunmore. Cthulhu Dunmore Xerxes. And I'm interested in purchasing the property located at 1617 Divorce Court, Easy Street.
Well, I do cover that area, but it's all the way across town from where I am right now. I won't have an opening until 2 weeks from today. Can I pencil you in for then? Around noonish?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I guess I'll have to try one of the other brokers in town.
No, I'll meet you there in 30 minutes.
Splendid. And oh, do wait for me, won't you? I'll do my best to be there on time, but the traffic is brutal today.
Sure I do. See you in a bit. Bye.
She's a career woman through and through, Edie. Goodbye, Mrs. Britt. That was so easy.
She's tampering
That's so easy. I don't know if I want to do this. Bye. I was just admiring your begonias or something. I kind of expected my side quest with Edie to make me a closer friend to hers, not to go behind her back, but this is Desperate Housewives, I guess. I like Edie. I don't really want to stab her in the back, but Now, if it was Susan, I'd gladly steal Mike off of her.
Hey, you're back.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't gone very much. You're talking too much, Carl. I can think of better uses for your tongue.
I know I didn't get rid of her. Did you have something to do with that?
Come on, Carl. What do you take me for? A conniving sex pot? You're already living with one. Think of me as a nice distraction.
Huh. I think I follow.
Damn, he didn't really put up much of a fight, huh? Ugh, man. What are they like? Anyway, men are such animals, not like me, who waited outside of your house to distract your wife so we could have sex.
For you, baby?
Yeah, I've got a comment. Hello? Carl! Edie doesn't know what she's missing!
She doesn't, but you do.
Oh, well, that just means more for me. Let's give that another go later on, I guess.
Sounds good to me.
Rude.
Why don't you research that.
Talk about
make a plan.
Talk about pump and dump. Anyway, I'm going to bed. You've unlocked the gossip action with Carl Mayer. Okay, yes, because we're better friends now. I still want to do the secrets thing with Edie, though. If I can catch a hold of her. But that was pretty funny. Okay, let's go talk to these guys for the main plot line. And I'll try and hit up Edie for secrets later. Let's go talk to Mike for now. Oh, I should probably put some clothes on. Hang on. wait a sec. I know I want Mike to spill the beans, but... Right, so... I'm probably going to end up flirting with Mike, aren't I? I can't just flirt with all of them, for fuck's sake. But this is Susan's man, eventually. I don't know if at this point of the game... Excuse me. Hello? I don't think they're together at the point of the game that we're at. But they do eventually get together, right?
What's going on?
I mean, he is pretty good looking. Hey, Mikearoo, I wanted to talk to you about a few things.
So you're a woman on a mission, huh? I like that.
Oh, apparently I don't have to flirt with him because he's flirting with me.
Well, I'm not in much of a talking mood right now. I figured you had something quick you wanted to bring up.
Oh, Mike, you don't even need to go into it. I've been in your shoes.
Ah, so you know where I'm coming from. Good. I can't tell you how many times that jerk's told me he was going to do something and then completely flaked on me.
I'm sorry, are you talking about Daniel Fox?
Exactly. Like just the other day, Mr. Famous Fashion Designer asked me to stop by and look at a leaky faucet at his place.
Wait, so you have no idea that he's just been murdered?
I had some things planned that day, but I decided to be a good neighbor and make time for him.
Oh shit, he doesn't know.
Granted, it wasn't until later in the day that I came by, but still, I was doing him a favor. It's only common courtesy that he's around when I stop by.
Mike, were you having like an intense gooning session in your fucking bedroom for the entire rest of the day that you didn't even notice the fucking cop cars outside? There was like a huge commotion outside of Daniel's house after he was murdered. What were you doing?
When I called ahead to check and see if he'd let me in, he's not home. Then Susan called me up and invited me over for an early supper. Since I figured Daniel would call at any minute and rescue me from Susan's chatter,
hey.
I agreed to have dinner with Julie and Susan. Dinner became dessert, became coffee.
Oh, I see.
No call from Daniel. By the time I was able to escape, it was pretty late. I figured Daniel would call to apologize the next day.
You didn't see Daniel that night then, did you?
We spoke in the morning, but I didn't get a hold of him for the rest of the day. But nothing since. Not on my cell phone, and nothing since I'm back in town. It's like he just dropped off the face of the earth, which is a bit of a relief, because he's such a pain in the butt.
Ooh, kind of insensitive thing to say about someone who's dead. It's one of those horrible moments where you don't realize something bad's happened and you say something that makes you look like a jerk.
But I know he's gonna call. He always does. Probably just when I'm about to fall asleep tonight.
Yes, there's a very good reason. Yeah, you really don't know, do you? Daniel won't be getting back to you unless you have a seance.
Wait, What are you getting at?
Daniel was killed just a few nights ago, Mike. Actually, no. A few nights ago, Daniel was brutally killed.
That's not the kind of thing you joke about.
I'm not joking, Mike. It happened at 11 p.m. on the same night you left town, and right now, I'm talking to everyone trying to get some answers.
Wow. I don't even know what to say.
You could start by saying, whoops, sorry.
I already told you everything I know. I was with Susan and Julie that night. Sort of a dinner and kidnapping combined, since Susan didn't seem to want to let me leave.
Oh my god, Susan's in on it! Susan took out all of the men with guns so that Daniel got murdered! I knew it.
Anyway, I left around 11.
It goes all the way to the
As soon as I
top!
walked in the door, Susan called me and then proceeded to talk my ear off for an hour or so. You know how she can get.
Do you really like her, Mike? I can't remember. Do they not like each other at first? Well, he was going over there and then he ended up banging her. Just the way he's talking about her is like, oh yeah, she's a bit of a pain, but you know. If Susan or Julie stayed up late that night, maybe they can tell me more. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Alrighty then. He's just gonna shuffle back to his sofa. Well, I guess I don't flirt with him for the answers then. Although I probably could do. I wouldn't be surprised if this game has like a you can have sex with him if you want option. So, are you and Carl still,
Yes, we are. Bye-bye.
Still? It's 9 o'clock the next day, girl. What, is he chained up in the basement? Okay, I seriously just cannot do the secret stuff with Edie right now. I've tried so hard this episode to do that, but the game is just not letting me, so we'll have to do it another time. Oh my god, Susan, hurry up. You can't wash the sin off, girl. I'm gonna make your daughter answer the door? Lovely.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
If you're looking for my mom, she's in the kitchen.
Thanks, sweetie. She's phasing into the sink in the kitchen.
You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Oh, weird camera angle.
How are you dealing with everything that's been going on?
Me? I'm holding up alright. I'm looking for some closure regarding Daniel's murder investigation.
Don't you think that kind of job is best left to the police?
Oh, shut up. I get the feeling they're barking up the wrong tree.
Uh-huh. And I suppose you have a plan to get to the bottom of things.
Well, I talked with Mike a little while ago. He said he was over here and didn't even know that a murder had even happened. Despite that, they still think he had something to do with it.
Mike? You don't really think they believe Mike did it, do you?
Well, for all I know, they just might. What were the two of you up to that night anyways?
Right. Actually, there were 3 of us here. Me, Mike, and Julie.
Oh, enter stage left with Julie.
Hey, what's going on, Mom?
Mrs. Picantico?
We were just talking about Daniel Fox.
Oh man, I still can't believe that happened right down the street. How's Mr. Fox holding up? I haven't seen him since before the incident.
Is he my stepdad now?
Edie mentioned that the police took him in. Not as a suspect, but to protect him. But that's not the weird part, Julie. Mike is considered a suspect.
Mike? But he was here that night. I remember because you did everything in your power to stop the poor guy from going home.
Oh my god, Susan is totally in on it.
Julie, you're being silly.
But Julie, I'm not a part of a murder.
I was worried about him walking home alone at that hour.
Mom, he lives across the street. The poor man drank 4 nightcaps trying to be polite. Then as soon as you saw him walk into his house, you called him on the phone.
Oh my god. Have you ever heard of playing it cool, girl? Jesus.
As it turns out, this is a dangerous neighborhood. I wanted to make sure that he got home safely.
Is that why you talked to him for almost an hour on the phone?
Oh my god.
Oh, give me a break, Julie. Who's been on the phone every night this week gossiping about people at school?
This is what happens, Julie. You wake up one day and you realize you've turned into your mother.
Is it my fault that Danielle Vandekamp gives it up to any boy who asks? I'm just doing the right thing, spreading the word.
Looks like the next generation of Desperate Housewives is already cooking. I'm so proud. I'm so proud.
By now, I'm sure you're not the only one that knows that.
I'm sure lots of people know by now.
Well, let's move on now. We're getting a bit off the topic at hand. Back to Mike.
Yeah, enough about your slutty little friend.
What else is new?
Look, we can't let the police think he had anything to do with Daniel's death. It's just ridiculous.
You just told me Mike was on this end of Wisteria the night the murder took place.
I guess you're right. Well, problem solved then.
Well, I'm out of here, and investigator's work is never done.
All right. See you around.
I kind of wish I could imply that she had something to do with it a bit more. I wanted to see her beg for forgiveness, but... Oh, white-collar criminal? What the fuck? Oh, Carlos. I was like, who's a white-collar criminal? And then I was like, oh yeah, I think there is a plot about Carlos doing some shady shit. I recall. This lane is not big enough for 2 tarts. Carlos, you're just the person I wanted to talk to.
You came by to talk to me?
Don't get a fucking boner over that, okay?
Carlos, who is it?
Why don't you come out here and find out for yourself?
Why do you always have to have something smart to... Oh, hi.
Hi. Oh my god, I love the way she walks. La la la. Actually, I just had some questions about Daniel Fox, but I guess it could wait. Maybe I should come back later?
No, we're fine. Why don't you come inside for a minute?
I love how all of the men in Wisteria Lane have to wear jeans. It seems to be some sort of code.
Daniel's murder did have us all a bit shaken
Daniel's
up.
murder.
Still hard to believe.
Oh, she invited me in. I love how he's just standing up. Go sit beside your wife, you fucking weirdo.
It's unfortunate that something like that had to happen to Daniel. He had his whole life ahead of him.
Also, turn that fucking TV off while we're trying to have a chat. I couldn't agree with you more. In fact, I plan on doing something about it.
Wait a second. What does Daniel's death have to do with us?
Nothing, but I'm a messy bitch that lives for drama.
Yeah. What can we tell you that we didn't tell the police? We didn't see anything.
The police seem to think the assailants had some ties to Wisteria Lane, so they're investigating 2 people who live on Wisteria Lane, and you're one of them, Carlos.
They suspect me. I went to jail for embezzlement, for Christ's sakes. I'm not a violent man.
Well, there was that incident with the cable man. It had something to do with certain preferences? Is that a reference to something in the show? I don't remember that.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, I am not a homophobe. That was a misunderstanding.
What were you doing with the cable man that had certain preferences, Carlos? How dare you?
Yeah? Well, they're wrong. Carlos would never do anything to hurt Daniel. I know for a fact that he couldn't have that night. We were both home and in bed by 11.
You were out that night too, Gabby? Does everyone around here make a habit of being out late?
Actually, I wasn't exactly following my normal routine that night.
The cable guy was a small plot in early seasons, and Kyle also agrees with that. Thank you. I knew Kyle would remember. Got a good memory for this stuff. I mean, when this show was on UK television, I was like 15. Okay, so I was going through all the other tedious teenage shit at the time, so it's a bit hazy in my memory. You weren't following your normal routine that night.
See, earlier in the day, Carlos tried to drag me into another one of his charity benefits.
Oh, here we go.
I'm not talking to you, sweetie. Stay out of it.
Ah, they're such a picture-perfect couple, right?
Listen, honey, she came over here to talk to me.
Carlos doesn't want you to know that he threw a fit because I didn't want to go to his little party. We fought about it for hours. Then we had the makeup sex. Then we fought again. Then more makeup sex.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we didn't make the charity event, but I definitely gave it my all. As did Gabby.
For your information, I had a number of appointments scheduled that day with a number of business professionals.
Uh-huh, and which professional was it this time? Henri? Pierre? That guy with the mole?
Oh, maybe she likes them kind of French.
It's called a beauty mark, and that doesn't make him any less of a professional. Anyway, I had to keep my appointment.
Can you turn that fucking television off? I can't hear you talk about having sex over all the rock music. Also, did somebody mention the mole?
Among them, a saboteur, a traitor, the mole.
So, I didn't go for my run until much later that night.
Okay.
And Carlos came home right after I did. We were together for the rest of the night.
Yeah, we still had some issues to resolve. Upstairs, if you know what I mean.
Yes, yeah, everybody's having sex in Wisteria Lane all the time. I get it, thank you.
Carlos, have you ever heard of such a thing as too much information? I just remembered something else from that night. It involved whipped cream, strawberries...
Gabby! Okay, not that I don't find this fascinating, but if both of you were in your house, who exactly was wandering around Wisteria on the night of the murder?
Actually, when I was running back home, I thought I saw 2 people milling around your house.
Excuse me?
It was pretty dark. I guess my eyes could have just as well been playing tricks on me.
Did you tell the police what you saw?
No? Why would I tell them that? I could have been seeing trees blowing in the wind or something.
That's the kind of thing you tell them, even if you're not sure. This way they can investigate. That's what they do, Gabby.
I'm on Gabby's side here. I think I would hesitate to get the police involved. Things get messy.
Well, I definitely didn't see anything out of the ordinary that night. I'm sorry, I can't help you out any further.
Why are you apologizing to her for not seeing anything? God, Carlos, you can be such a wimp sometimes.
Well, it looks like you two might have some more making up to do.
And another thing, Carlos.
Oh, yeah, bye. Anyway, I'll leave you to that. Anyway, apparently you have to find out more about what was going on around my house that night. Let's talk to my son, perhaps? Is he home yet? No, he should be at school. There he is, right on cue. I think the game sometimes puts people in convenient locations if you need them for like a storyline quest, thankfully. There's my perfect little angel cherub that doesn't totally look like Mark Zuckerberg the teenage years. How's it going, sweetie? Just wanted to talk to you for a bit. On the night that Daniel Fox died, did you hear anything strange?
That's a really strange question.
I'm sorry, Zuckerberg, but it's incredibly important. Mrs. Solis said she saw 2 people snooping around our house the night of the murder.
Don't you remember? I was grounded. I didn't go anywhere that night. You know what's funny? If you and Dad would just let me stay out later, I'd probably be able to help you out right now.
Well, you might have got gunned down as well by that logic. Really? You didn't go anywhere? For once you actually listened to us?
I told you I was in all night. I was playing Utter Warfare online with this guy I know from the web forums. Double Trouble.
Wait, Double Trouble?
I figured since nobody was home, I'd crank the volume up pretty loud. So there's no way I would have heard anything. Are you done with the interrogation now, Mom?
You're being awfully defensive here. Are you sure you're telling me the whole truth?
Geez, you know what? You're worse than Danielle's mom.
Don't get sassy with me, young man.
The both of you make a habit of nagging and bugging people. Why can't you just leave me alone? Why are you so hung up on this? I mean, I know he wasn't your boyfriend or anything. He didn't even play for that team, did he?
No, he didn't, but there's nothing wrong with that, Zuckerberg. I'm not raising a homophobe here.
Other than you and his brother. Who's really gonna miss him anyway?
You know this means something to me. Why are you being this way? My own son doesn't even want to help me.
Look, Mom, I'm sorry your friend is dead, but I don't know anything. I promise. So drop it already.
Fine, I've had enough abuse anyway. I thought I'd get a sympathetic ear, but obviously that's impossible in this house. You little bastard.
Hey, Mom, what's up? Mom, what is it with you? Don't you have something else to do?
Just what would you have me do?
I don't know anything else. Jeez, why don't you just go off and conspire with Mrs. Vandekamp about how to ruin the rest of my senior year?
That sounds like a great plan.
Because I don't have anything else to say to you.
You're just like your father, you know that? Okay, I'm gonna try and get some secrets out of him. Can we just spam this? Yeah. I don't think the mechanics in this game are very deep, so if you want to get somebody's relationship up, I think you can just spam shit. Let's have a thoughtful discussion, shall we? Or not. What the fuck? Get back here. Oh, kids today. Okay, give me a secret.
Hey, Mom. Did you want to talk to me?
Why the sad face, Zuckerberg, my little angel cherub, handsomest boy in the whole entire world?
Oh, nothing.
Are you sure it's nothing?
I just don't want to talk about it with my mom. That's all.
I understand, sweetie, but if you change your mind, I'm here for you.
All right, I'll tell you.
Yes!
Have you ever done something that you regret?
Never.
Like, you wish you could take back?
Yeah, of course I have. Everybody has done something they regret, sweetie.
I mean, it's not something super horrible. I didn't hurt anybody or anything like that.
What did you do? No. Would you like to share it with me?
Maybe another time, Mom. I've got stuff to do now.
Okay, well that's the first breadcrumb of the secrets. Can we get more? You seem upset, Zuckerberg. Is something the matter?
That's just my supposed friends.
Is everything alright?
They're just jerks sometimes, that's all.
Yeah. Teenagers can be so cruel sometimes, and groups of teenage boys can be so ritualistically cruel in particular at times. I've been there. Would you like to tell me about it?
Now, they wanted me to do something that I didn't want to do. When I told them no, they just laughed and made fun of me. Why do they have to do that?
Because they're little fucking arseholes. You should try harder to fit in, Zuckerberg. Who knows and who cares? Just stick to your guns, son. You know what's right and what's wrong.
I think you're right. I hadn't thought of it that way.
So what is it they wanted you to do?
It doesn't matter, Mom. Thanks for the words of wisdom.
You can talk to me anytime, sweetie. So he's got a secret. I have to reach 150 relationships to work it out. I am actually exactly at 150 relationship. Get back here and tell me the secret. I am about to go fucking sicko mode on those stupid boys. Or whatever friends. I'm not sure if they did something to make my little cherub upset. You look like you want to say something, Zuckerberg.
I do. But it's really hard to. I'm not sure how to even start.
Don't be a baby! No, I understand, sweetie.
It's kind of a confession that I have to make.
I'm listening.
Remember when I told you that my friends were trying to pressure me into doing something I didn't want to do?
I knew you'd cave in! No, yes, I remember.
They wanted me to smoke pot with them, but I didn't do it.
Is that a weed? My perfect baby angel doing a drugs? Like any person in his 30s, I think of all teenagers as akin to just still being like a giggly baby. So the thought of teenagers like doing drugs is like completely abhorrent to me. As I'm getting older, I'm starting to understand why sometimes as a parent it's really difficult to let your angels go and like grow up at all. Why did you choose not to?
I didn't do it because I regret that I did it before and wish I
did
could
it before. What?
She's tampering in.
You already did a weed?
Yeah.
Reefer
yes,
madness?
She did. The
In my
entire
house?
Before we moved to Fairview, I tried marijuana.
Not the marijuana. I love how you can be like, so what? Are you kidding me?
It just made me feel weird. All I did was sit around and do nothing. Actually, it was kind of boring.
Doing drugs is wrong, Zuckerberg, but I'm proud of you for recognizing that fact and saying no under pressure from your peers. Or I could be like, everybody does a little pot, don't worry about it. I tried marijuana when I was your age, so I understand.
So you aren't mad at me? I'm not in trouble or anything?
Not this time. Of course not, Angel.
Oh, what a relief. I feel so much better.
That's what mothers are for, Zuckerberg. I'll always be here when you need me.
Well, thanks for understanding, Mom.
Bye. If I told my mother I tried pot, she'd probably be like, you were probably rolling it wrong. Let me do it. See if you can't figure out the next piece of the puzzle. If you still can't figure it out, press him for more details to see if he can give you any more clues. So you talked about Brie Vandekamp, so that's probably what I'm supposed to do. There's also a big X on Brie's house, so she is also conveniently in the house now. As is... What's her face?
Hello.
I can't remember her name.
What a pleasant surprise.
I was just stopping by for a chat, Brie. You always get to say to Brie that you're stopping by for a chat, and then you talk about something serious.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
She's a stop by for a chat kind of wife. I don't know if you've heard, but I've been hunting for clues to find Daniel's killer.
I'm afraid you're wasting your time. I don't know anything about Daniel's murder.
Nothing at all?
There's only one thing that comes to mind when I think of that night.
See, I knew she wouldn't let us down.
But it certainly isn't going to bring Daniel's killers to justice, so it's probably better not to speak of it. And you know exactly what I'm talking about.
What? I have absolutely no idea what happened in Etta's garden.
What? I never said anything about Etta.
Do you guys remember in the early episodes of Desperate Housewives, we messed around with the old lady's garden? You know, when I was like streaming this game like 20 billion years ago? Then what?
That was the night your son attempted to court my daughter.
My son attempted to court your daughter? He told me he was in his room playing games that night.
You might want to get the poor boy a dictionary then. That night, he and Danielle were coming back from their date. I caught Danielle trying to sneak back into the house.
The scandal.
She knew better than to stay out that late. I assume your son was the bad influence.
Oh, hang on now. Zuckerberg is an angel. What are you trying to say about my precious baby boy? Maybe your daughter was the bad influence.
I saw them coming out of your house looking guilty as sin. And then your son had the nerve to try to sneak in with Danielle.
Mom, haven't you done enough? Now you're talking to the neighbors about this? Haven't you embarrassed me enough already?
I'm not trying to embarrass anyone, dear.
Not trying, but succeeding.
You do more than enough of that for the both of us.
Oh, I have a really, like, if I was a parent, one of my ultimate golden rules is I would never, ever say to my child, you embarrassed me. In like a serious manner like this anyway. I mean, I might accidentally let it slip out if my toddler was having a tantrum, but I think it's no, actually, even if in that situation, I think it's a horrible thing to say to your own child, you're embarrassing me. Unless it's like, I can see sometimes if they're like acting up at like a restaurant or something. It's like a horrible thing to say to your kids.
Needless to
I don't
say,
like it.
They were surprised when I greeted them on the porch.
I just don't think it's a nice thing to say. They were surprised when I greeted them on the porch.
I sent your son home immediately. Then Danielle and I had an interesting talk that evening.
So, they were together in my house? You actually saw them?
Do you know what this means?
Yeah, it means we were out that night.
Yes, it means we're lucky our children are safe. What do you think it means?
I used to think my Danielle was incapable of hurting a fly, but she is susceptible to dangerous boys.
Brie, I know you've been through some bad times, but these are our kids you're talking about. Oh my god, I love this. It's supposed to represent, like, their imaginations going wild. Also, I love how they weren't holding guns, they were holding flashlights. I wonder if that was like a censorship thing. They weren't allowed to show them with guns.
Do you seriously think I'm capable of that?
Oh my god, I love this game so much.
The police said Mr. Fox was killed at 11 that night.
And I was too busy trying to bump uglies watching a movie with Mrs. Pikunko's son.
And if you remember, you sent him home way before that. You went off on your whole high and mighty, and of all things, on a school night tirade and sent me to bed.
On a school night. I love that. Where's that clip? And you did it at my house. On a school night? I love, people always say on a school night.
Besides, I refuse to defend myself. You're insane for even thinking this. If only Dad were still alive.
Danielle, that is not something you should... Teenagers.
Danielle, you will always be my daughter. But after what this family has been through, and especially after what you've put me through, it will take more than a few words for me to trust you again.
Wow, this is pretty serious.
Considering you never even told me what you two were up to that night. Ugh. Well, if Danielle doesn't have anything to tell us, there's just one person left.
Listen, okay? I'm sure they just held hands, that's all.
Your son. Maybe you'll have more luck getting the truth out of him.
Yes, and may God have mercy on his soul. I can't believe you lied to me like that. Why a bitch gotta lie? Can we get some secrets out of you, though, while we're here?
Oh, hello.
Hello. You look tired, Brie. Are you feeling all right? Ooh, careful about saying that people look tired now.
It must be all the volunteer work
Anyway,
I've been doing.
Excuse me.
I'll be fine.
All the volunteer work you've been doing. God, she's such a... Oh, I was about to say the C word there, but I'm not allowed to. YouTube says you're not allowed to say that. YouTube not letting you say the C word is homophobia. Prove me wrong. You've already said it this stream. When? I don't recall saying it this stream. Haven't you already said it as part of your housewife's name? Oh no. I didn't even think about that. And I really enunciated it last time I said her name. Oh, crap. Hopefully it doesn't pick up on that. Dang it. You're totally right. What a thing to discover right now. You're totally right, chat. Whoops. Hey, that's not the C word. That's Mrs. Picanco, okay? That's an entirely different word. Thank you very much. Anyway, so back to Brie. The volunteer work. You'll be fine. I wondered where you were disappearing to.
I've spent all of my spare time at the shelter. Maybe it's wearing me down just a touch.
Exactly, non-binary. It's just a normal lady's name. Why would YouTube hate it? Exactly. It must make you feel good to volunteer, Brie.
I believe it's our civic duty to help those less fortunate than us. Besides, I get far more out of it than I put in.
You have such a wonderful outlook, Brie.
And volunteering at this particular shelter is especially rewarding. It's a perfect match for me.
I'm sure you'd be great anywhere you volunteered.
Let's just say that I'm not suited for the type of service where my opinions aren't appreciated.
Brie, what are you getting at? Where are you volunteering? At a fucking shooting range?
Well then, I better be running along.
That was a very weird conversation.
Thanks, you too. Goodbye.
I don't entirely know what she's talking about, but do I have enough relationship with her to get more secrets? Yes. Oh, get off that piano for a sec, please. Tell me more. What kind of volunteer work are you doing?
Nothing that would interest you.
Of course it interests me. You're my friend, darling.
All right. I've been volunteering at an animal shelter.
An animal shelter?
The work isn't glamorous, but it's desperately needed.
I absolutely could not see Brie being like an animal lover type of gal. I thought you liked shooting animals, not caring for them. Whoever the writers are for this game, I'm such a fan. They regularly write really funny lines in this. I'm having such a good time.
Are you telling me an old dog can't learn new tricks?
There has to be more to the story.
Animals aren't responsible for their dire circumstances. They don't make poor choices. They're merely helpless creatures.
Who said that they did?
Not to mention that animals don't consider killing themselves when times get rough. It's just not in their nature.
What about the lemmings? What are you talking about?
Let's just drop the subject completely, shall we?
Brie, what have you done? It seems like something's bothering you.
I'm perfectly all right, but thank you all the same. Good day.
Brie, did you look after somebody's animal and it died? You should get minus relationship with Brie if you try and hug her, because she's just such a kind of prim and proper lady. She should be like, what is this?
This is a little awkward, but I'd like to talk to you about something.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. Please do.
It's quite possibly the most embarrassing event of my life.
This is a lady who is embarrassed on a regular basis. Tell me only if you're completely comfortable with it.
It might help you to understand why I'm working at an animal shelter.
Yes, it's been on my mind. Tell me the gossip.
I greatly appreciate this remaining between you and me.
Is Marsha Cross quite a tall lady, by the way? Her character model is quite tall looking. You can trust me with your secret, Brie.
A long time ago, I was let go from a volunteer job.
Let go? Is that true?
The director apparently thought my moral fervor interfered with my job duties. I believe they said I was too judgmental.
Well, what were your job duties?
Answering calls at a suicide hotline.
I thought you were volunteering with the animals. Now that is priceless.
I know just what you're thinking. Mock me for wanting to help people. I don't care.
Brie's got a kind of like religious thing about suicide being bad. So she believes it's a bad thing, but I think of all the people on the planet I would like to talk to if I was feeling suicidal, Brie Vandekamp would definitely not be up there. I don't know if she would be the most supportive ear. She'd be like, you're about to commit a social faux pas more than anything else. You have nothing to be ashamed of, Brie. If those suicidal head cases can't bear to hear the truth, then that's their problem. Whoa. I think it's wonderful that you realize that maybe your character doesn't fit well at a suicide hotline. No big deal. Other people can benefit from your moral fervor.
You know, you're absolutely correct. I've been beating myself up about this for so long, and it's so simple.
You have no reason to beat yourself up, dearie. You were just doing what you thought was right.
I feel so relieved. I'm at a loss for words.
You don't need to say anything. You do the same for me.
You've proven to be a dear friend.
I know.
Thank you.
Thank you. Aw, no more secrets. So she's volunteering at the animal place, I guess, because her initial choice of volunteering went awry because she was a little bit too intense about it. That was a fun little... The secrets are quite fun. It's only a little extra, but...
Hey, Mom. What's up?
What's up? What's up? Oh, I'll tell you what's up with me, Zuckerberg. You, on the other hand, have a lot of explaining to do.
About what?
Don't play dumb with me, Zuckerberg. Pico. Don't play dumb with me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
YouTube, please don't censor the name, thanks. Or hell, who knows? Maybe you aren't playing at all.
What? Why don't you ever trust me? You're just coming from out of nowhere with all this. And I know you're making this up. You can't prove anything.
Usually I do trust you, but right now I don't think I should. I just talked with Brie and Danielle, and they both said they saw you out that night. Oh, you got like a... I think that's a respect up. There's friendship and there's respect, and I think he respected me there.
That girl just can't keep her mouth shut.
Yes, but isn't that why you were interested in her? Whoa! Damn, Jeanette.
What? No.
Taking pot shots here.
She's fun.
She's fun, is she? Oh, she's fun. Won't be much fun when you're the baby daddy, will it? When you have to pay fucking child support. See how fun that is.
Okay. Danielle and I went out that night. But nothing really major happened, so I didn't feel the need to bring it up.
Let's be honest here. You forgot to bring it up because you were out past your curfew, and you didn't want to get into trouble. Last chance. Is anything else coming back to you now?
After Mrs. Vandekamp finished her angry diatribe...
Oh, diatribe. Good vocabulary.
I came home.
Obviously, the education's working if he's using words like diatribe. You left and came home.
And that's the truth.
As I understand it, the truth is that she yelled at both of you and sent you home.
That's one way of looking at it.
It is. Is there anything else you can remember?
Nope. I did see someone standing outside the Scavo house talking to some car.
Was it Lynette? Obviously, he wouldn't say it like that if it was Lynette. Okay, that's not the smoking gun, but it's something to work with.
I don't know. I guess it could have been Mrs. Scavo.
Lynette Scavo flirting with a stranger in a car just doesn't make sense, so I'm heading over to the Scavos now to investigate. You better be telling me the truth, Zuckerberg. Okay. Really weird cutscene. Flirting with disaster. I love how this is just breadcrumbing you across the whole of Wisteria Lane. We're just talking to everyone about it.
Hey, you. We haven't talked in a while. What's new?
I know it sounds odd, but Daniel's death really affected me, and after talking to the police and realizing that this is a low priority for them, I'm taking it upon myself to figure out who's behind his murder.
That said, he was my neighbor, and I was hoping he'd be my friend. It's an awful tragedy.
I agree, in fact. I was hoping that if I found out a little about what just happened to him, I'd be able to put my mind to rest. Oh, but how's it going with you? It seems like every time I think I have it figured out, I find something else that tells me even more.
I think we're a bit old for the whole detective
Whoa!
thing. Go ahead. What do you need?
Careful with the O word there, Lynette Scavo. Speak for yourself. How dare you?
I'm not sure I can help you with anything, but let's give it a try.
Who knows? Maybe we both can help.
Oh, hi, Tom.
What's the problem?
Wisteria Lane's answer to the question nobody asked. Tom Scavo. Okay, well, this is very embarrassing, actually, because you see, someone saw you, Lynette, talking with a stranger, sitting in a car parked outside your... No, I want to use the word flirting. Someone told me they saw you flirting with someone in a suspicious car the night Daniel was murdered. Why are you so fucking shifty, by the way, Tom Scavo?
Listen, I don't know what your eyewitness was smoking, but Lynette barely has enough energy to lift herself into bed at night, let alone chat with some stranger.
How dare you imply that my son was smoking pot? He said he gave that up.
Yeah, this is a little bizarre anyway. I was asleep by 9 o'clock that night. Who thinks they saw me? It's crazy.
It was my son, and he said you were flirting with the guy.
What? Is this your game? Spreading rumors about my wife?
It's not a game, Tom.
You know, I've heard some things about your son. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but he sounds like nothing but trouble.
Excuse me?
Whoa, everyone calm down. I was in bed by 9 that night, so it obviously wasn't me your son saw. Where was this car?
It was parked on the street a few feet from your house. He probably just assumed it was you.
Yeah, hope he's not spreading these little assumptions any further than you.
Assumptions. I like the way she said that.
You know, to be fair, I do remember something strange from that night.
Not me. I was sound asleep.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. Tom, shut up.
Yeah, my little watchdog here. Wouldn't wake up if a tornado ripped the roof off the house.
Oh, your 3 sons are so lucky to have you as a father.
I sleep soundly. Is that a crime?
Anyway, Tom was fast asleep. Some noise had woken me up, and I couldn't get back to sleep.
Yeah, she's like that. Her mind's always racing. Needs a horse tranquilizer to get her back to bed.
Probably because she has to deal with you on the daily, Tom.
But maybe we should get back to helping out with this case. So, what do you remember that night?
I was looking for something to read to help me fall asleep, and I thought I left it on the windowsill. When I looked, there wasn't any magazine, but I saw Gabby on the sidewalk.
Gabby on the sidewalk at night? Yeah, that's possible.
She was running around the neighborhood.
Are you telling me that Gabby was running errands at midnight? And decided to stop and have a conversation with a stranger?
No, Tom, she was literally running. In her very tight, pink jogging outfit. You know, the one you're always staring at.
Okay, Lynette. Listen. I mean, can you blame him? I can't. Have you seen Gabby?
Of course. That makes sense now. Gabby was flirting with some guy.
Even I would be staring a bit, and I'm not even into women.
It's actually pretty funny
Jeanette
that anyone would think you were flirting with someone.
Okay, what does that mean?
Tom, what are you implying?
You just don't flirt. Well, often. You don't flirt often.
Don't imply that your wife no longer has any sex appeal, you fucking idiot.
Now that I'm a mother, am I supposed to be asexual now? Is it out of the realm of possibility that I might flirt with a man, and that a man might find me to be attractive?
Tom, you idiot.
Okay, I don't mean to be rude, but Tom and I have a few things to discuss.
Yeah, I'm very glad to have caused lots of trouble for Tom Scavo, who I've decided I now have beef with. Okay, I'll leave you two to your conversation. Thanks for your help. Good luck, Tom. Sounds like you'll need it. I'll ask Lynette for secrets later, maybe. So we're back to Gabby's house again. Yes, Lynette may be a mother now, but Lynette might also still want to be seen as a woman, Tom.
So, tell me, did you find out anything new about Daniel's case?
Yes, in fact, I'm here to clarify something you said before.
Okay, what's up?
I just got back from talking with Lynette and Tom and Lynette poked a hole in your little story not too long ago. Oh. Everybody's shifting around, so it's serious business here. The Scavos told me... Actually, I'm just going to go straight for it. It was after 11. What were you doing outside at such a late hour?
I told you I went out running that night, didn't I?
I really wouldn't consider you cavorting with some stranger in a car an ordinary thing. Would you?
Gabby, what is she talking about?
Oh, for God's sake. Are the husbands in this fucking wisteria lane always just waiting for gossip as well? I wouldn't put it past them.
Just what were you up to that night?
I don't know. There was some guy.
Some guy?
Some guy?
No, wait. 2 guys, actually. They were really confused.
Do either of these guys have a name?
Of course they had names. The one that talked with me in the passenger seat. His name started with an L.
Lloyd?
I can't remember what it was.
Was it me?
Well, they did freak me out at first, but he was just asking for directions.
Yeah, the men always stretch as if they've just finished with a workout. Although something tells me maybe they're the type of guys that want people to think that they've just finished with a workout, even if they did like 5 minutes of nothing. They did freak me out at first, but he was just asking for directions.
It was pathetic. The guy tried to flirt with me. I mean, come on. He was driving last year's model. Did he think I'd even give the time of day to a guy in a car like that?
Oh, yeah, well, For some reason, I believe you quite a lot, actually.
Whoa, back up, Gabby. Who was this guy? Why was he flirting with you?
Carlos, it's not technically flirting if it's one-sided. And trust me, this was one-sided. I was just being nice.
She wouldn't lie about this, really, you know?
Besides, I don't usually fall for the kind of guys you see on the FIB's most wanted list. Unless you were on it, sweetie.
I was gonna say, Carlos has done some shit before, so...
Gosh, thanks. I guess.
You need to tell me everything about these two men.
What exactly do you want to know?
Tell us exactly what happened that night, Gabby. Everything.
Carlos is such a gossip, I tell you.
Then our friend here can find out what she needs to know and do her little detective thing somewhere else.
You know, I don't see you doing anything to help.
Right. Well, I was out running and...
Okay. Looking gorge, as per usual. Oh, she knows it, though. Doesn't she know it? She's always checking her nails. I love that.
And that was it. See? You were all getting excited over what turned out to be nothing. These guys got lost. They pulled over and I gave them directions. And then they went off on their merry little way. Sorry. No clues or red herrings or anything, Sherlock.
That's it?
Just out of curiosity, where were they going?
Oh, they wanted directions to the Fox house.
Oh my... Gabby! Get there a little bit quicker next time, Queen. For goodness sake.
They what?
They what?
My God. Gabby, how is it that this is the first time we've all heard about
Oh my God, the writing in this game is so peak, by the way. I love the way that she's like the last to fucking put two and two together.
Come on. I mean, what's the big deal? They were lost and I was trying to help them. I was just trying to be helpful.
Why are you talking to the wall anyway?
Well, you sure picked a wonderful time to start. Do you have any idea what this means? You're an accessory to murder, Gabby.
Hey. She had no idea why they were asking about that. It's not a crime to give directions to someone's house.
And you withheld information from the police.
Oh, that might be a bit more tricky.
Hell, I could be violating parole just for being around you.
Okay, let's not go crazy now.
They could throw me back in jail. Is that what you want?
How would I have known what they were up to? I don't see what the problem is. I mean, they would have found the house sooner or later. He's in the phone book, you know. Like, are they the worst criminals you've ever heard of? Having to ask directions to a hit. It's just pathetic.
It's the major problem you have with this, Gabrielle, that their style was pretty off, that they weren't very professional about it.
I think you should take a deep breath and listen to what you're saying. All right, just forget it. I don't want to hear any more from you. You've done enough. At least we have a better idea of what went down that night.
I guess we can't all be Agent 47 in the murder world.
And lucky you. You managed to get an eyewitness that found a way to help facilitate the murder, but somehow can't remember the name of the killer who tried to hit on her.
Wait a minute.
Carlos, you'd put her to bed before she decides to do any more favors for strange men.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. I'll say one thing, though. She sure is taking her time.
Okay, I'm back. This is for you.
What is going on? Something scrolled down on a piece of paper? How does this help?
It's the guy's phone number from that night.
You got his phone number?
You kept his number?
I thought you were just being polite.
Now I remember. His name was Leonard, but my friends call me Leo. Yeah, didn't do much for me when he said it either.
What reason could you possibly have to keep his number?
Oh, relax, Carlos. I put it in my pocket and just forgot about it since then. Like you'd expect me to wear the same hoodie twice?
Well, it's very convenient, isn't it?
I'll let you two sort the rest of that out. Bye. Anyway. Why? It's like every house I go to, I just cause like marital disorder. A phone number, but whose is it? There's only one way to find out. Call the mystery number on your cell phone. Oh my God, how exciting. Vincent's assistant. I've got you now, Leo.
What?
Leo, I am going to notify the police. I know what you did.
Okay, where do I talk into? Hey, Vinny, what am I supposed to do? How does this work? Jesus Christ, are you a moron? You talk into the phone and say something like, leave a message after the beep. Or Big Sammy sleeps with the fishes. Your choice. Hey, what are you doing? You're recording right now.
Oh, he was like trying to do something on the phone right when I called, I think.
You gotta start over. I don't want my voice on your stupid answering machine.
Okay, Vincent Corsetti has ties to the shady people who were responsible for Daniel's death. So we saw Vincent talking to Edie before and he was like shopping for a home or something? Could that have really been him? Call him to find out. Vincent, it's Jeanette. I need to talk to you. Or Vinny? Oh, we're going to call him Vinny. Vinny, it's me. I just heard something. I need your help.
Okay, shoot.
Oh, he's got a nice voice. What do you know about Daniel Fox's murder? Or, okay, shoot. Haven't you done enough of that lately? Oh, I love this one.
What are you talking about?
I think you know.
I'm sorry.
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
Think hard. Remember the name. Daniel Fox?
Fox? I don't know what you're looking for. I was as upset as anyone else when I heard about his untimely passing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you were bereft in grief.
It was an absolute tragedy. Poor preening bastard was doing so much for the community.
Is there anything you might know about his death? Or, yes, Daniel was a great person, but I was hoping you might actually know something about the night he died.
I'm sorry. I'm not the right guy to ask about that. If you're looking for answers or closure, the police are still investigating the crime. I'm sure they're doing everything they can to find out who's behind Fox's death.
I'm sure they're doing their best, but I think there's more to it than just Daniel's murder.
What makes you say that?
There was a suspicious man creeping around that night. His name is Leo. He claims to know you.
Sorry, name doesn't ring a bell. How does this relate to me exactly?
Because he said you're fucking it. Because he says he knows you, that's how.
I mean, I do business with a lot of people. It's always possible that I met him at some point.
Oh, you're right, Crab. I think that is Varric's voice actor from Dragon Age, now that you say it. He's got that kind of nice gravelly texture to his voice. Oh, you're right. That does sound like Varric.
You know, it's funny. You wouldn't believe how many people there are running around saying they're friends with Vincent Corsetti.
Yeah, now that you said that, it almost exactly sounds like I'm having a conversation with Varric. He's voicing the character slightly differently, like ever so slightly differently, but yeah, it sounds very similar.
On any given day, a man in my position may meet dozens of people. I can't be expected to remember everyone I've met. Give me a break.
I heard you talking on his outgoing answering machine message.
Oh, right. That Leo.
Oh, that Leo.
Yeah, maybe I know who you're talking
There are
about.
not that many guys called Leo, Vincent. Give it up.
Oh, yeah, Leo. I think he works at the pharmaceutical office. We have a lot of employees, though. I don't know them all by name.
I heard that he was your personal assistant, kind of like a gopher, except he carried a gun.
Listen, I understand how difficult it must be for you. You miss your friend and you're trying to find answers. But you're barking up the wrong tree here.
If you tell me don't worry your pretty little head about it, Vincent, so help me God, I will drive over there myself.
I'm sure if you just give it some time, you'll find out that there are better days coming your way. One thing I've found in my years of doing business is people usually get what's coming to them.
Yeah, what comes around goes around. People get what they deserve.
Listen, I'd love to keep talking to you, but I've got an important business call on the other line. I've got to go, but let's talk later. We have a lot to talk about. Goodbye for now.
A likely story. Well, that was suspicious.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm sorry, how do you immediately know that I've just... Yeah, I'm gonna play really dumb here. Actually, no, I'm gonna get angry. I'm getting ready to hang up with some jerk that called me up just to yell at me. How about you?
Look, this is not a game.
You're the one that called me up and started yelling at me.
You shouldn't be speaking with Vincent.
Vincent Corsetti? I haven't talked to him since the fashion show.
In my job, I sometimes have to observe certain members of the community.
Oh my god, he's watching me.
And I became aware of your recent contact with Vincent.
The US government thinks I'm a criminal? For this, I pay taxes?
Don't worry, it's not you that we're investigating.
But if it's not me, then Vincent's under investigation for what?
I really shouldn't be telling you this. It's classified. But it's for your own good. Vincent is being monitored by the government. His calls, his business dealings, everything. And from what I gather, you don't even... Actually, we shouldn't be having this conversation over the phone. You never know who's listening.
Fine then, name a time and place.
I have to take care of some things. But whenever you're ready to meet in person, call me back. My time is valuable. But so is what I have to tell you.
You're really working that enigmatic thing, aren't you? Bye. Oh my god. So much shenanigans. Okay, I'm gonna set up a time and place right now, obviously.
So, you ready to meet with me yet? Because if you don't have the time to have a serious conversation with me, then don't bother saying yes.
Why am I getting a whole point of no return vibe from this conversation? Where do you want to meet?
Good. It would be in both of our best interests if I came to you.
Yeah, okay, hurry up. Whatever you say.
Meet me at the cul-de-sac in 60 minutes.
The cul-de-sac.
I'll be expecting you.
See you soon. The cul-de-sac. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I'm going through something very important right now. Excuse me. Finally.
Glad to see you made it.
Yeah, it took me a while to find you. You know how all these houses look the same? It's easy to get lost.
Nice to see you haven't lost your wit, even with the gravity of the current situation.
Well, I try. So when are you going to tell me about this big secret?
You're here because we need to talk. There's a hell of a lot more to Daniel's murder than you think.
Oh, really? Like what? And why were you listening to my call with Vincent Corsetti?
There's a number of things I can tell you about him. I told you we've been keeping an eye on him, didn't I?
Yeah, you did, but you never said why.
The man leads 2 lives. In one life, he's a businessman, an occasional philanthropist. That's the guy that came backstage at the fashion show and was checking out houses in the neighborhood.
Yes.
The other life is one that not too many people know about. That's the Vincent Corsetti you really don't want to deal with. He's like a snake without the charm.
You're shifting around rather nervously, sir. You're practically on your tiptoes. What's happening?
That Vinny is a high-ranking member of an incredibly powerful mob family in the city.
A mob family? I, for one, am absolutely scandalized by this entirely new and unfathomable information that I totally wouldn't have guessed.
Your little detective work just revealed the tip of the iceberg.
Do you really think he's tied into Daniel's death?
Frank Fox noticed some shady dealings going on at his old office. The perps wanted to cover their tracks and hired some mob enforcers to tie up their loose ends. That's why the trail you were following led you to Vincent Corsetti. It was his thugs that killed Daniel. Thing is, once Vinny got wind of the deal, he decided he wanted a bigger piece of the pie. He snapped his fingers and suddenly everyone with any knowledge of the bookkeeping errors disappeared. Frank was the last link.
So you're trying to tell me that my son and his girlfriend weren't the murderers? Wow, okay.
My suspicion is that they killed Daniel thinking he was Frank.
Yep, that's what Frank told me as well.
Not that I need to even say it, but do yourself a favor and don't get involved with Vincent again. It's not safe.
Oh my god, I could totally do a Desperate Housewives answer here. If you're implying I have some kind of relationship with Vincent, I'd be nothing but faithful to my husband.
No, that's not what I'm saying. It's just that, are you really that forgiving? Or did you just block that whole ordeal out of your memory?
What?
I really thought the locket would stir up something in you.
What?
But I guess that wasn't the case. What did he do to you?
You sent that... You lost me, Eric.
You gave it back to me. Before you left town to start your life with Vincent.
Start my life with Vincent?
I couldn't offer you the lifestyle you were looking for. And so I let you go.
You let me go?
When you called me to ask me for help, I didn't know what to do. But I offered to help you in any way I could. But when you didn't show up when you were supposed to, I suspected the worst. I thought you'd left us for good. I thought you were dead. For all I knew, you just dropped off the face of the earth. When I was brought in to investigate Vincent's shady business operation, I thought I'd find you with him. But I didn't. Then I got word that he'd found someone that he was looking for. Some kind of unfinished chapter in his life.
You mean little old me?
Yes. Mary. I'm talking about you.
Mary? Oh my god. Silent Hill 2 called. Mary? Could it be? But no, you should be... ...
Looking into Vincent allowed me to find you again. But you had a new life. I didn't want to step in where I wasn't wanted.
Don't... If any of you are watching this right now, and you have a child in the future, and you're considering calling them Mary, please don't. Mary is a cursed name, I'm afraid. Too many fucking crazy things happen to Marys. Just find another name, please, for the love of God.
But now I have to. You're getting too close to Vincent, and trust me, he's not the kind of person you want to get involved with.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Wisteria Lane. Yeah, exactly, Dace, exactly.
There is one thing I have to ask you, though.
Ask away.
There's a period of time where I couldn't find any records for you. Like you vanished off the face of the earth. What happened to you, Mary?
What did you just call me?
You're Mary. Can't you even remember that?
No, I can't.
Take another look at that locket I gave you. One face should be pretty familiar to you already.
I know the girl is supposed to be me, but who's the guy?
We took that picture at the Wood River County Fair.
We?
That was long before you got involved with Vincent, of course.
It sort of looks like you.
It's us. And I know somewhere in the dark recesses of your mind you know it to be true.
So many men in my life.
What I don't know is how you can black out on an entire section of your life.
I don't know either, Eric.
Sooner or later,
Either.
you'll remember something. You can't block out memories forever.
Okay, well maybe I've had like an amnesia thing because of trauma, I don't know.
I suspect you'll come to terms with this on your own time. Believe what you want to believe. But do me one favor. Stay away from Vinny Corsetti. You've got to trust me on that.
Fine, Eric. I'll keep a closer eye on him. Oh my god. What am I going to tell my husband? Once you've finished up everything you wanted to, you should call back Frank with what you've learned. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Right. Frank.
Hello?
Good news, Frank. I think I figured it all out.
Yeah, me too.
Huh?
I've been going over everything I know about Daniel's murder, and I need to talk to you.
What? Huh?
In person. Meet me downtown, ASAP.
There's a reason they call it a safe house, Frank. They're not being ironic. Stay where you are.
I'm on my way now.
Oh,
If
Frank.
you leave right now, we should get there at the same time. Bye.
Don't you hang up on me. Hello? Great. Oh my god. I don't think we should be meeting up in a fucking mall, but okay. Quickly, quickly, go, go, go. He's not gonna get shot in public, is he? I'm kind of worried. I don't feel safe. Sir? Sir? Sirs?
Glad to see you finally made it.
It's good to see you made it here and in one piece, no less. Oh, how very glib of me.
So, now that you're here, we need to talk.
You're right. Here's everything I was able to discover through my investigation.
So, I've been piecing together the evidence. There was a lot going on the night Daniel died.
I know, Frank.
The Solis's, the Scavos, the Vandy camps, even your son was out that night.
Don't forget Mike.
One thing we know for certain.
Can't forget Mike.
2 people were up to committing murder.
No, this looks a little bit more like it. Not my son and his girlfriend, for God's sake. I love how he dies out here, but then the chalk outline is actually up the steps. Right, Leo. We've got his number. Literally. Or sorry, no, it's right, Leo. And we've got his number, literally.
Sure, we have some evidence, but we're not done yet.
What do you mean? Why don't we just go to the cops and tell them everything we know?
No, we can't do that. We don't know what could happen.
Do you think the cops are on the take or something?
Possibly. You don't realize how deep this goes.
It goes all the way to the top!
I thought I could get away from them. I thought if I moved and kept to myself, they'd never find me. I mean, I couldn't even find Fairview on a map. How the hell did they find me?
Between the fashion show and all the other things that have been happening around here lately, it kind of put this little burb on the map. Daniel had no way of predicting the media attention the fashion show would bring. He never would have done it if he thought it would bring those mob guys out looking for you.
I know. It's all my fault. I should have told him.
There'll be plenty of time for second guessing once we put Vinny and his gang away.
I think now's the time we do something.
I agree.
But I don't know where to start. There's still one thing that's bothering me. How did that Leo guy know Vincent Corsetti of all people? It doesn't add up.
Frank, there's something important. A key fact that I haven't told you yet.
You've been holding out on me?
Okay, don't say it like that, for God's sake. Yeah, I spoke to Eric Larson before. You know, the investigator guy? Vincent Corsetti doesn't have ties to the mob. He is the mob. Over the years, he's ascended to the head of the family. He's untouchable. Eric and his department in the FIB have been trying to build a case for a while, but haven't been able to.
It was convenient timing when he showed up, wasn't it? Just when things started to get fishy.
It wasn't a coincidence, Frank.
All right, then. It's up to me to make the next move.
Great, what's the plan?
We'll find out soon enough.
Great, let's do crimes. That's it. That's it, you'll find out soon enough.
Most people's lives are driven by fear. Fear of hidden dangers. Fear of secrets being discovered. Or fear of the unknown.
Remember, our husband is still hiding something from us, I think.
Sometimes, what we think may be a demon lurking in the shadows turns out to be merely our guardian angel.
Look at his little haircut. God, what a chapter. That was a lot. A lot of the other chapters are like, Edda's gardening. She's very proud of it.
There are people who spend a lifetime earning the respect and admiration of their peers and neighbors.
Oh God, look at these impoverished children kicking ball. Oh my God, my son, what an angel. Danielle is easy.
It can all be for naught.
Oh, she's raging. Get him, Brie.
When one's decency is called into question.
Hey. Whoa! The whole neighborhood.
Did you honestly believe you would get away with this?
Get away with what?
Don't play games with me, young man. You know exactly what I mean.
I'm not having the entire neighborhood coming over and pointing the finger at my darling Zuckerberg. How dare you?
No, I don't. Mom, can you help me out here?
Why are you yelling at my son?
Your son has been posting these flyers all around the neighborhood.
I hardly think so.
I didn't do it. Mom, you've got to believe me.
Take a deep breath, Brie. Finding it hard to say that. Now tell me, do you have one of the flyers with you?
Yes, I have one right here. See for yourself.
Why would my son go to all this trouble just to call some girl easy? Danielle is easy. Why do you think Zuckerberg did this? Or Danielle is... I'm not even going to finish the question. I'm so scandalized. Or sorry, finish the statement. No, my son would never do this.
It's obvious he's trying to get revenge on our family. Poor delusional boy thought he was good enough for my Danielle.
Is that what you think too, Susan? I'm just going to randomly take a swipe at Susan here.
I don't know what to think. All I know is Danielle is spreading vicious rumors about Julie at school. As soon as Julie told me, I came over here.
Oh, looks like your darling little daughter's been spreading rumors about someone else too.
We may not agree who the culprit is, but we both agree that this whole issue started because of your son's actions.
How dare you?
I'm just here for moral support for my two favorite girls.
Oh, thanks, Carl.
Everyone's dancing around the subject, but the one thing we know is that your son has ruined our girls' lives.
Okay, let's all take a deep breath here. I have an idea. Why don't you let me take care of my own son?
Well, if his past behavior is any indication, I'm not sure you're up to the task.
What? How fucking dare you?
Death to all of them.
Yeah, okay, wow. How dare you, Susan? Right, that's it. Slappy time.
Fine. Start by proving who's behind these flyers. If your son didn't do it, obviously someone else did. Find that person.
All right, fine. I will look into the flyers, and once I prove my son didn't make them, I'll make sure he settles things with your girls. I'll also make sure that 2 grown women have to fucking grovel with an apology to my teenage son as well while I'm at it.
That sounds reasonable.
Works for me.
Oh, thanks, Carl. I'm really glad to know that it works for you. Brie?
Yes, I suppose that will suffice. If your son is innocent.
There you are.
Who's Allison Tinsley? Do you have a problem with my son as well?
Your son has been sending me some terrible emails.
What kind of emails?
Let's just say they involve a lot of derogatory terms. Not the kind of words you find on the SATs.
There you go. What more proof do you need that your son is a little criminal?
You can't be serious.
I certainly can. Makes me wonder about your child-rearing skills. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Like the way you control your children? You seem to be so successful in raising little sociopaths.
How dare you? I don't need to stand here and take this abuse. I'm going to get to the bottom of this myself.
Oh, don't like it when the shoe's on the other foot, huh, Brie?
Wow, that was really harsh. I was gonna say I'm gonna get out of here before this thing gets ugly, but it's too late. Come on, Carl.
Yeah, it was too late to get out of here before things became ugly when you arrived, Susan.
Sure thing, Susie Q.
Oh, Carl, God. Susie Q, really? Ugh. You better leave too, Allison, so I can take care of my son.
Okay. Just
okay.
keep in mind, they were very nasty little emails. If he did this, something has to be done.
Okay.
Thanks for getting rid of them, Mom.
That's what I'm here for, dear. Oh my God. I really love how this game has went from like the really like intense backstory to something that feels a little bit more silly again. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for today because I am exhausted from the drama. But as per usual, the writing in this game is amazing. I kind of love how after that really heavy chapter, we're now having a chapter that seems a bit silly on the surface, but it probably has links to everything that's going on. Why is this game so well written? Thanks very much for watching this. If you're watching this on YouTube, by the way, I really appreciate it. I know that the episodes have been a little inconsistent, but hopefully this is a good chonker of an episode to tide you over. I'm very intrigued to work out what's happening with my darling son. And I think occasionally streaming this on my second channel on Twitch has helped me make sure that I get it done today rather than putting it off. So thumbs up for that one. But thanks so much for all of your support for the series, and I'll see you in the next one for more shenanigans, hopefully sometime sooner than before. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye.